We'll have a lot to say about each other.
Well,
because we're traveling in the summer. That's the plan.
For sure. Let me make sure everybody sounds good. You know what I mean? How you sounding?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
We here. I'm gonna start like this because this brings me so much. See, the thing is, we just finished the end of February, right? Just finished February, right?
Thank you.
And we're approaching March, but we didn't do something that, you know what I'm saying, that we as Haitians should have done. So, hold on. Qui passe poser pour un second. Qui passe poser pour un second. Parce que, j'aimerais avoir commencé là. You know, in the Haitian culture, we have something called Kanaval, okay? We have other cultures who say, you know, they do this thing called carnival. Yeah. You know, they say they do it. I'm going out on the ledge.
You are.
As a first black freed republic, I felt like we did carnival first because who else? Who else was free enough to party like that?
That is facts.
Who else was free enough to do that? So I'm going to the ledge and say we started this Kanaval thing, okay? In honor of that ledge, I'm just gonna play my favorite Kanaval, you know?
Of course.
Kimbasi, you already know what time it is, so let's rock it one more time. Like when you hear this, if you're a Haitian Millennial, I didn't understand this back in Haiti because he was saying, Bum ticket Mwen, right? Bum passeport, blanc, thank you. Bum ticket, bum passeport, blanc, thank you. Parce que la brise vient dans Kanaval pays. When I was in Haiti, I was like, right? But now I get it. When you're in America, it's like, give me everything I need right now. I need to get on that plane because it's carnival time. So this song just me so much as a Haitian Millennial right now. You know what I mean? Hold on. They have vocals back then. It was like in the carnival don't usually start slow. Like I think we'll get into that. Please don't repeat it again. Oh, you get it back up? Hold on.
I love that we get a little.
Hold on.
With every song.
Hold on. Yo, you can't go to a millennial party and play this song and people don't know the record. Like if you're born in Haiti, like it just feels some type of way. Like you feel it in your blood. Like, you know, this song just.
I love when they play Kimbasi.
All I see right now is a
And the thing is, they had a formula. Their song would start slow, and then it'll pick up. People don't do that no more.
There's always some clapping.
There's always a clap, yeah, and there's always a dance. Every year there was a dance. Hold on, we're gonna play a little bit more. You know what I mean?
The beat didn't drop yet.
No, it's building. Hold on. Keep on. Hold on. R.I.P. Black Alex. Hey. Hold on. I don't know where he's at.
I heard this song out of the lyrics. I thought you knew what you were saying.
And then he goes, this is the only place we're gonna say. Right here. Mes amis, moi, t'entends nouvelle. Qui passe dès que 6 mois pas tué. Album à la gueule, la tellement belle. Fanatique, yo t'es tombé.
You get into the best part of the song.
I know, like you can't really cut it off at the right. There's not really a place to cut it off. Hold on.
I got my imaginary flag right. I'm like,
so it. Can they tell
On
who we
location.
is? Do we have to tell them right now? Do they know? Hold on, let's wait for Kimbasi to come on.
Time to tell them.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret.
I don't even know where to cut off this record. I'm about to cut off after this.
Gang, 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 pass it, let me flow, let me flow, let me flow. Give pass it, let me flow, let me flow. Pass it, let me flow, let me flow, let me flow. Gang, pass it, let me flow, let me flow. Mettez pied gauche en l'air, mettez pied droite en l'air. Battez-les, mais d'à pas d'à-bas. Mettez pied gauche en l'air, mettez pied droite en l'air. Battez-les, mais d'à pas d'à-bas. Pass it, let me flow, let me flow.
Like every time, yo,
Pass it, let me flow.
really every carnival time, I used to just wait when school's about to be done. When Kimbasi's carnival about to drop, it used to be like almost like a holiday. Yo. Wait, you want me to take a picture? You want to post it on Instagram?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you have an iPhone. That's so big. Yo, listen. Yeah, we are. Okay, so hey listeners, what's good? This is a on location pod, so we just want to give you guys some updates. You know, we promise every 5th episode we would be on location.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is 10th episode, so round of applause for us for reaching 10 episodes, though. We are here, episode 10. You know, we almost leaving the hands. Almost out of there.
We finally hit the double digit.
Yeah, we are at the
Double
double
digit.
digits.
Double
Another round of
digit.
applause, and also some gunshots. You know what I mean? Just,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Dreamer.
Hey, this is Gigi, and it's your girl Leona, and you are listening to the Haitian Millennial podcast.
So now, like with that said, the location is Kalalou restaurant. We are at another restaurant, and as you can tell, guys, there is some stuff in front of us. They are welcoming us with the biggest arms.
They are. They truly are.
They are treating us like, you know what I'm saying?
Like we're at their house.
Yeah, this is-
like local celebs.
Like we're home. You know what I mean? We love it, and we are in Florida, Orlando to be exact.
Yes.
This is where we're at. And Kalalou restaurant is fairly new. We're gonna give you guys some actual pointers on them and just a little bit of history later on in the pod. But we have a lot to get to. We have a lot to celebrate. We have a lot
Yes.
to talk about. And in the beginning of the pod, you may have noticed a little, I guess, is it nice interruption?
It was a nice interruption.
You know, while we were playing the Kimbasi.
the day today, you know?
An unexpected surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An unexpected surprise at that. And we were surprised with some drinks.
Yes.
So now, you know, we're going to give you, I don't know if you guys are going to taste them. I'm not going to say we're going to give you any feedback on how they taste. Are you guys going to do that?
So here's the thing. They took the time to make us the drinks.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a good Haitian, I feel like I have to take a sip.
And that's a conversation in itself
It is.
about
It is.
mannerism when it comes to our culture.
Uh-huh.
Because we're nice by nature. Yeah. And if you hear anything in the background, guys, we really love and appreciate your
We are on
understanding
location.
because again, we're on location.
Yes.
Brother Pam, ou ba spray la? Oh, na record we ou ka buyap soti na mikro. Well, welcome to On Location.
Yeah, you know, expect the unexpected today for the pod.
yes.
But we don't even know what will happen next.
Yeah, we don't. And,
We don't.
And we're here for the actual embracing the unexpected,
Absolutely.
right? Now, before we even get into Kalalou, which again by the name, is this the most way you can say you're a Haitian restaurant without saying you're a Haitian restaurant?
You know?
This might be the first Kalalou restaurant I've ever heard of. Because there's some pretty like staple names for Haitian restaurants.
Yeah, and we talked about that on a pod before, like Pampibon. Somebody actually went.
I know.
So shout out to Big Bro for going to Pampibon. He didn't tell us how it was though, so we're waiting for that. But however, yeah, you know, there's some things going around. How do you say you're Haitian without saying you're Haitian? So is Kalalou a name that's like, yeah, that's a Haitian restaurant?
Ooh, so
If I wasn't Haitian?
Yeah.
ooh,
Okay.
Or even if you're Haitian, you like, oh, Kalalou. If you're passing by, you like,
I think you
This
would
is
know
a
it was
Haitian
Haitian.
restaurant.
You'd wonder.
yes, because it's spelled the Haitian way.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's another way to spell it?
Because Jamaicans have something called Kalalou as well, but it's not.
Trinidadians do too.
It's not okra.
It's like a green. I think it's still okra.
No,
well,
it's
for the
not.
Trinidadians, but it's like a slime. It's like a no.
No, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No, but it's a very
Exactly.
green puree rather than like the
Okay.
actual kalalou. We eat it whole.
Yeah.
Okra.
Oh, and they like-
it's okra for the people listening. That's
Right,
not Haitian.
kalalou is-
Kalalou is okra. So they didn't name the restaurant okra. They named it Kalalou, which is of course.
But in the sign, there's
there's
like,
a Kalalou.
There's a
yeah.
piece in
there's
Which
a
is
piece of
intentional.
okra.
which is good marketing.
Yes.
Which is
good
intentional.
marketing.
And it's marketed to our people.
Yes.
Is
Directly.
that okay? Can we go on a limb and say that's one of the restaurants that's done it the best right now with the names? Well, let me.
I'll say different.
I'm saying. Okay. But I'm not saying best, right? I'm saying possibly on the ledge of understanding marketing, right? Because I'm a
Okay.
in that world. In the marketing
Okay.
aspect, if I'm trying to name a Haitian restaurant, of course we hear La Mougue Store and Bon Appetit, and it's Kalalou like, like the most to me is the most put together name that doesn't really scream like a very like a saying or something. It's really just like to our culture.
I like
Kalalou.
the name. I feel like I understand what you mean by new age. I like the name because it's not common, like what we discussed. And I also feel like it brings almost a curiosity to it. So it almost draws you in where you're like, okay, well, what is Kalalou?
Yeah.
Like, even if you were Haitian or if you were just part of any of the Caribbean islands, you're like, okay, well, is it for, like you guys were talking about, like the other national? So it's like, I like the fact that it draws you in versus just being like Caribbean or anything
That's what I
like
was
that.
gonna say.
So that's what
That's
I
what
like
was gonna
about
say.
it.
I feel like there's pressure now for Haitian cuisine to cater to a larger audience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like by calling it Kalalou, you're making it clear this is a Haitian restaurant. But, we're open.
And
Yeah.
the great thing about that too, with I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. But there's a common theme in the Haitian restaurants.
There is.
There's like a common theme, but
Yeah.
here at Kalalou, it's a little different. It's a little newer age style where they want.
Millennial-ish.
There we go.
There we
They're
go.
giving you more millennial-esque vibes where you have the outdoor aspect that's still kind of cute. You have the indoor kind of upper class. You have the nice interior decoration.
full bar.
Exactly. A full bar with drinks that are not just your basic drinks. Like they're doing kind of like more of things that we're
Speaking of
exposed
drink, let me bring
to.
this thing closer to me real quick. Just saying, I'll bring a little closer.
So it's like one of those things where they're combining the classics with something that's new and more modern to draw, like you guys said, more people into the restaurant. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, and then we're not getting paid for this, by the way. We're not getting paid to talk about
This is
college.
just
It's
firsthand.
fitting. It's fitting to us
Firsthand.
because the Haitian
Firsthand.
Millennial podcast. We feel like we do these location pods not only to bring a little variety into the listener's ear, because again, we can be in our area that we record all the time, but I think having a location pod just brings a little bit more spice to the podding game. And as Haitian Millennials, we just want something a little bit different, right?
Little bit.
And I feel like in Orlando, like I've been here now for a while. I didn't realize, because I was on the east side, y'all. I didn't realize there were more Haitian restaurants that existed, because in South Florida, you can go to a Haitian restaurant
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I like it.
Yeah, shout out to that. So, we talked a little bit about that. Let's get into the pod itself before we even get into our topic. How y'all doing?
No, how
Real
are you?
quick,
No,
slowly.
how are you? No, how are
Because
you?
we're on location.
I'm actually really good. And I appreciate the unexpected that we're currently in. I like to switch things up, but I feel good. Had a good week, Thank God for another great week, and I'm doing well, Yeah, what about you guys? Well, where do we start? Do we start to my right or to my left? Well, first of all, let me introduce the pod. We haven't done that. I apologize to my listeners. Air horns, gunshots. So right now, I am Mark the Dreamer, always will be, and to my right.
Gigi, the realist.
And then to my left,
Your girl Leona, and we're here, but we're on location here.
on
So
location, on deck.
It's a whole
We're
new
sweating
experience.
for
really
y'all.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
It really
and we're in
is.
Florida right now in like March.
What is it? Right. No, March.
No, for them it's
February.
March. For us it's still February.
Yeah.
For you guys listening, it's March. But it is hot. It feel like spring
It
is
is
here.
currently
It feel
in
like
the location.
spring. It
We
feel
are.
like spring is here and also summer. Like it's a.
Oh no,
It's like
not
both of
summer.
them.
It's not summer.
It's
I
not
don't
summer.
know. It's
Summer
summer.
starts all
It's-
the way in June, right?
But summer
Florida,
feels
like-
like we're
No, every
in the-
day. Every day is
I
summer.
just peeped in your phone. It's 82 degrees.
It's 82
Yeah,
degrees.
that's not summer in
Jesus
Florida.
Christ. I know. I
That's
know.
not.
That's
a-
spring. That's spring. That's a
that's
good
spring.
spring.
That's the. Okay, but 82, guys. It's 82. But it says here that the heat, so the feel is 86.
Okay.
So that's where we're at right now.
But listen,
currently.
before y'all tell me how y'all doing, right? I just want to tell y'all how blessed I am by playing this record right now.
L'esprit pas ici bas malgré sécurité, sécurité nous sorti en haut. Amen. Papa pa yérité.
Nous sommes dans Kanaval, nous tombons dans mon Dieu.
Bagay sou mwen.
You did that
Bagay
last
sou
time.
mwen.
Vous allez comprendre, moi, Léonard, attendez.
Levez main, amen.
Soit attendez pas de la gonia.
Yo baka kompran
This is we got this on sous parce que
mwen, yo baka kompran mwen.
you see all the promotions you've been getting at work.
Kompran mwen, yo baka kompran mwen. Docteur condamné ma vie.
Leonard, all the good stuff that been happening in your life.
Baka kompran mwen.
You pas comprendre, non? C'est bon, direct travail, oui.
Voisin yo baka kompran mwen, li baka kompran mwen, yo baka kompran mwen. Voisin yo baka kompran mwen, li baka kompran mwen.
Oh, you gotta see the video.
Immigration baka kompran mwen.
Immigration pas comprendre, oui, non?
Paske me yon ya prezide.
Parlez que, Didi, ça fait ça de vous.
The simplicity of what the song is, I feel like so fascinating. Because I don't know how grateful we are in this aspect, just like with mine. And then I look at this and I'm like, I have a lot to be thankful.
You gotta be thankful. You gotta be thankful.
They don't understand.
They don't understand.
Après bon parole ça, nous la gunshot là, bien passé, bien passé, bien passé, bien passé, bien passé, bien passé. Hey, listen, man, that was a little bit of gratitude given pour God là,
Yeah.
Papa.
And placing us here at Kalalou for all what we're getting right now.
Yeah,
All
for
the
sure,
blessings.
All the
for
blessings,
sure.
yeah.
So how you doing? Who do we start with?
I could go first. It's hot. It's hot, but other than that, I am super excited to be on location. Getting to episode 10, I feel like is a large milestone for us.
Yeah, round of applause again.
Yeah, like it really, really is. Especially with it not even being like what our 6 months, not even.
Yeah,
Not even.
Not even. So I feel like we're great trajectory, and I guess at this moment I can say that I'm really, really happy because of the relationship that also my fellow co-hosts and I are building on this journey. So
yeah, yo, me and Leona carpooled earlier today,
He
and
did.
it's one of those things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like last night, you know, my significant other was like, yo, Leona coming to pick you up. I was like, how did you know?
Wow.
Like, how did you know?
Wow.
Is this a second family that's
I'm
building
trying
right
to
now?
tell you.
Understand, buddy. Anyway, go ahead.
And
Is this? You question it?
and we talked about those mundane friend things like not liking cheese. And when you can talk
Oh
about
yeah. I don't even know about my cheese.
Y'all don't like
my
cheese?
with
I was
chicken,
telling Leona,
like
yeah,
we were
cheese.
With chicken.
like
Yeah.
Okay, do we have
We
to
was-
wait? Do we have to wait?
We was getting Wendy's earlier. It was Wendy's breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had cheese, chicken biscuit.
Yeah, I was like,
cheese, and it's
They
like-
messed up. You don't put cheese
exactly
on a chicken biscuit.
Exactly.
If there was eggs.
that
No,
wasn't
exactly, no egg.
no.
So, and again, that like it's just those simple things. It's just like, you know, I'm feeling good today. It's a beautiful day. Building more relationship, you know, I love that aspect of just, you know, building a strong foundation. So that way the pod can go farther and that we can connect to even more people and be able to kind of showcase more for you guys, the viewers and the listeners. So that's
sure.
that's totally like where I'm at right now.
Round of applause for that.
Thank you.
Good feels, good vibes.
Stop the applause. What's that, Leona FM? What's that, Leona FM? Nan machine nan vel.
Ok.
Map konduit.
Oh,
Ok.
Et
etiquette.
puis, go téléphone qui sonne.
Oh,
Il fait même 10 minutes à parler dans le téléphone pendant la machine. Fréquencité.
Wow.
Il pas qu'est-ce dans la machine encore.
Leona.
the etiquette. I
Il
know.
FaceTime.
It was a FaceTime. I know.
La kiki. La nan la machine nan dit ouais. Pourquoi tu m'as conduit?
Your taxi.
Oh, et où ben mieux? Et où ben mieux? La machine nan vel, kou nan moi cap conduire. Y a pas de problème. Ou pas payer non? OK bon.
Listen, we're gonna touch on the etiquette stuff because with my mama, that would not have flown.
That would have been real deep.
It would literally, if I picked up the FaceTime, I literally would have to be like, you need to speak to my mom before you even say anything to me.
Yes.
For that to have even gone for 10 minutes.
Yes.
So Mark understand. He knows the vibes.
Yeah, I was cool with it. But somebody else wouldn't. I'm just
Right.
giving her the heads
No.
up. Gigi, how you feel?
I am really good. I celebrated a birthday recently.
Oh, wait, round of applause. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay.
Yes.
Tell
Come on,
me.
girl.
How did the birthday pass?
No,
Bam. Mwen photo yo. Bam, sak passe.
The birthday was really good. I had friends around me. I spent time with family. I looked good. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
now that's a
I am going to be a little conceited. I did look good. And so now
with a T.
Yes. And so I'm just in a really good place. I'm excited for this new year of life. I love that we're doing this podcast. 10 episodes. Like, come on. Go check Spotify right now. Not a lot of podcasts go into 10.
Spotify, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
SoundCloud,
it's all everywhere.
YouTube, go check.
YouTube, subscribe to these.
We made it to
check.
10, but we still got to take a little bit of time to wish Gigi.
Oh, thank you.
Gigi. Ça le fait.
Qui ça le fait?
Dis encore. En créole. Bonne fête. Happy birthday, Gigi. Hey! Round of applause, man.
I'm glad for the good vibes.
Yeah, this was a really good birthday.
That's
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
good. For
participated a
pivotal
little
number.
bit.
Everyone participated here.
Oh, t'es là tout? M'bat ou non?
But well, no either, brother.
Okay.
Ok. Si m'bat ou bat web, ou fête
Oh.
avec Gigi, m'bat comprendre. Ça qui t'est passé?
I had 2 events.
What? Two?
She had one.
Don't wait. Pause.
Y'all not
Gigi
gonna
te
do
fait
this.
2 events for her birthday. On sell birthday, but 2 events.
It's a big
One
time.
birthday, 2 events.
And I have no shame.
Et au café.
She had one event for the upper scale friends.
I'm gonna tell y'all, you celebrate your birthday the way you want to.
That's right.
So if you want 2 events, have 2 events.
And if you don't want to be bothered, honey,
Don't be bothered.
don't be bothered.
No,
Don't be
for real.
bothered.
I had my Thursday event, which was the actual birthday. Friday, I went to the spa, y'all. I went to the spa.
Ooh, how was that?
Amazing.
Ooh.
Let me tell y'all, this is a sidebar. So I've never had a masseuse use their elbow on me.
Uh-huh.
And now this is the only way I want to be massaged.
Ooh, where'd you go?
I went to Woodhouse Spa.
Monsieur, prends note, attendez. Monsieur, prends note. Prends note.
What house? I had a deep tissue massage in the past, and it was so painful. I didn't enjoy it at all. I was like,
no.
stop, please stop.
It was painful, but it was so good. That's exactly what I needed.
Were you sore afterward?
Yes.
Okay.
I had like a body scrub. I had a seaweed bath, a massage. I was like, yeah.
How do you say all that in Creole, like from the last pod, to make it like, you know?
Gigi te pour massage. Yo te mette seaweed sous li ben avec seaweed.
Lalo.
Oh, li ben
Yo
à fait.
Lalo.
Li ben à fait.
Yes.
Comme si le cas là quand Ougan, li ben à fait.
Yep.
Exactly.
Gigi pour bain de feuille.
Oh my
I took it back
goodness.
to my roots.
No,
Yeah,
I
take
like
it back. You gotta bring it back.
I like
Gotta bring
it.
back.
Treat yourself. But okay, on pose a question. Hein. This is a question for me.
Okay.
Est-ce que you te treat yourself ou bien te gon sweetie baby qui treat you?
Not the sweetie baby.
Magon.
Wow.
Dis-moi ça qui passe.
Wow.
Est-ce que it's your birthday? Est-ce que comment qui te treat tout? Nous pas parler de défaite, you know. Nous pas finir défaite là mais
Okay.
est-ce que
Why?
nous connais est-ce que son sweetie baby Ça qui passe?
I treated myself,
You
Mari.
treated yourself.
No sweetie baby yet.
Oh, self-care.
Self-care.
Applause for self-care. Go on applause going to pass episode 10. Episode 10, there's going to be a lot of applause because it's just a lot to be happy for.
Yeah.
Again, double digits, you know. But before we go into our next part of the pod, I just really want to say that Gigi had 2 birthdays. And I really want to highlight that. 2 birthday parties. I want to highlight that because it's important, right? It's important to highlight because as we grow in our millennial stages, we understand that our friends have different compartments and our friends have different areas of our lives and our friends play different parts in our lives. So sometimes we can't mix friends. But ça m'a comprendre. Nan Gigi nan podcast, nan Gigi nan travail, m'a comprendre pour que ça nan travail là le mette.
Okay, so
M'a comprendre.
here's
Parce que
the
ou même
thing.
wal nan, attendez. Wal nan, qu'est-ce que le bas ça?
I went to the ratchet
You went to
side.
Pink with a twist?
I went to the ratchet
You thought
one.
Baldwin Park was ratchet?
You went to the Pink with a twist?
We went to Foster and Ferries.
Foster and Ferries.
Ferris?
M'a comprendre.
Fairs, yeah.
Foster and Ferris, which is chocolate, which
Chocolate.
was very, very nice.
Uh-huh.
Very nice, yeah. And with Foster and Ferris, that was not ratchet. It wasn't. But I know the how do I put it? The people she knew she had to bring them into Foster and Ferris because if you had put us in another environment, it might have been exactly what you.
I love my friends.
So Gigi knew she planned out the type of friends
Exactly,
to
and
be
where
in the
to
type
put
of
them.
areas
Exactly.
for better success for her birthday.
Exactly.
Okay.
Strategic.
She did a strategic move.
Strategic.
How do we feel about the people that were strategized? Because I'm one of the strategies. Like, you know, the strategist is cool because the
Okay.
strategist will have ideas and do things. As a strategy,
This is
how do
really
you
great, y'all.
feel? As a person who will
As a part of
strategize
this-
upon.
Oh, okay.
How do you
someone-
feel as a strategy?
as one of the individuals who was strategized upon, I felt she made the right decision. I felt she made the right decision.
okay,
Is this
so-
homie court?
Did you?
No, for real.
Because-
it sounds like
because
it, and I feel like I need my
feel
turn.
like right now,
You're being judge and jury right now.
I can't be. I'm okay with that. What I feel right now is I feel like I should have participated in both.
Would you have showed
Okay.
up to both?
Woo!
Gigi, ou pas comprendre jamais la fête.
Okay.
It's the
Là, j'ai une
FOMO
invitation.
complex.
Là, j'ai une invitation. Ça veut dire quoi dans toute invitation?
The
ok?
FOMO.
Ou ka jouer une invitation
Okay.
et ou pas aller. So, dès qu'à prendre invitation une, m'ba aller dans l'autre là. But
You wanted to decide.
M'de besoin de choix. Parce que participer dans 3 aspects dans vie Gigi.
Marky's been
ok?
holding this in, y'all.
So,
For some
m'ba
days
comprendre, je vais à la fête comme ça. You know, I don't understand.
Oh my goodness. This is not your dad. This is like a parent.
Yeah.
Ok, Gigi, parle qu'on y a.
Okay.
Ou gen flow là, ou gen flow
So-
là. Oh, attention, ok, peut-être parle qu'on y a, peut-être parle.
So again, I decided to have first off, we are in a pandemic. The group was large that came on Thursday.
The panoramic, yeah.
The panoramic, the panini,
All that.
all that.
Pasta Primavera,
The
every
printer
all of
press,
that.
all that. The group was large that came on Thursday. And so I could not have all of y'all together
In the
this
same
year.
place.
Correct.
Même si m'dege masque, nous pas même place, ça pas problème. Parce que m'charge masque.
I follow
Parce que
what,
m'gon boîte masque.
I follow what the CDC says, okay?
Ok, pas problème.
That's what I do. Second
Disclaimer, if in case they're listening to this, you know your FBI agent follow you everywhere.
Petit bon Dieu, you follow the
yes,
rules.
I follow the rules. Second
I would
of
have had
all,
like 30 people in.
and I understand. Second of all, you two are interesting because y'all could have been on both days, and it would have worked.
Thanks.
Honest to God.
Mais pour ça, pas pour invitation.
Mark,
M'pa comprendre.
Mark, you might have to make one and just send it.
Yeah,
At this
this
point.
time I learned my lesson. You get both invitations.
2022 will be
You
better.
wanna, did you want to go to the spa with me too?
Why?
Oh, ouais. Qu'on y a gâté jouet là. Qu'on y a Gigi gâté jouet
No,
là.
I'm-
You don't want to. You don't want to. You didn't want to. You don't want to fake that.
Mes amis, it's time to move on. Everybody. Hey, I love both of you guys, and I am okay with everything. I'm okay with just participating in one. Okay, I'm okay with that. Although we ended up at a restaurant and I had food that I wasn't really a fan of. You know, what
Where
I'm
did you
saying?
guys end up going?
It's cool.
Oh wow.
It's cool. I appreciate the invite and being able to spend the day with you, your special after day, because it wasn't actually your birthday that day, right? It wasn't, right?
No, it
It was
wasn't.
after your birthday, right?
It was.
So yeah, it was cool to spend after your birthday
Mark
with
is
you.
terrible.
He's terrible.
He's terrible.
It's
I
all
think
it's all
that-
love. You know what I mean?
Well, if you watched episode 9, Valentine's Day, he's just exhibiting some of those
Yes,
qualities
that
from
is true.
the
That's coming out.
Galentines. You know, kind of left those kind of
Yes, lingering.
and it's okay. It's okay because we love Mark,
yes.
and that's all that matters.
And next year, God willing,
2022, right? God willing,
invitations for everybody.
every single.
I'll probably just do one thing.
Gunshot. I'm cool now. All right. Let's get into without wasting any further. You know what I'm saying? Further time. It is time. I don't have the drum rolls. So we're just gonna do a couple gunshots. We're gonna go into something that we are proud to hold, and this is all because of you. And we have been grateful for your listenership because there's a number that we reach in the listeners right now, and it's very consistent.
Yeah.
From episode 1 all the way to episode 9 right now, so we're episode 10. You guys have listened. We have a group of listeners who are committed to the pod, and we feel like we wouldn't be anywhere that we're at currently without you guys listening. Like, it just keeps us going, right? Although we're not, you know what I'm saying, doing this for the world, we're doing this for our Haitian millennials and to bring light to our culture and to make sure that we are in unison and making sure that we are accountable for what we do as a culture, right? That's what this pod is
Absolutely.
about.
Yep.
And for you guys to be listening and to the crazy stories that I do tell and all the other things that
Mark's FOMO.
we go throughout this process.
Interacting.
For you guys to be consistently listening
Yeah.
week by week, you know, bi-weekly, however we put it, because we put out every other Tuesday, it means a lot. And we received something in the mail, right, which solidified that you guys have listened and care and allow us to be part of a group of people that we are proud to be around,
Yes.
a group of creatives.
Yes.
And not only just regular creatives. We're talking about Haitian creatives.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you see that flag behind me? I don't know if you're watching the video, there's a flag behind me right now. And it represents who we are, Haitian people. And be for the Haitian Millennial podcast to be part of that Haitian creative group curated by the Haitian Who Blog,
Yes.
owned by Shirley Dorr or Shirley Dorsenville if we're trying to be really, really out there.
Yeah.
It's just, it means a lot. And receiving this thing, so Leona, just bring that in real quick. Bring that in the screen
really
real
need
quick.
a
You know what I'm
drum
saying?
roll.
You know, we ain't got the drum
We
roll.
ain't got the
I don't
drum
even know
roll.
if people can see
Yeah.
what's happening. You can hold
I'ma
it
do a
over
little-
here.
I'ma
You
do
know
a
what I'm saying? But we did win the Haitian Creative Award.
What's that? We gotta read.
And we got a note. Oh, the Haitian Millennial podcast. I wish you guys could see this.
I know.
I'll probably show you guys at the end. We got a note from Haitian Who Blogs.
No,
Let's
just-
read. Let's read. You want to do the honors?
Oh wow.
You wanna do
Okay.
the honors? I feel like you read better than I. Haiti fait get mon back on it.
Okay, so our card says, "Congratulations, Haitian Millennial Podcast. You deserve this award. We are so proud of you and your podcast. Keep shining."
Ooh, round of
Thank
applause.
you so much.
Round
And
of
this is from
applause.
Shirley and
Nika.
yes.
Thank you,
We truly,
Shirley
truly
and
Thank
Nika.
you
appreciate it.
guys so much.
Yes.
And we got
That's right, shake it up. Make sure the flavor's in it.
Is that Ndeko manje by sayo Haiti. Ndeko manje. Mbase de Chico. I thought they were. No, if you eat those, they melt in your mouth for real. No, like it's really.
I'm
bad.
glad you're
wow,
okay now.
wow,
I'm glad you're
Mark.
okay now.
But let's open this. Like we got an actual
Wow.
award, a physical
Yes.
thing,
Award.
physical thing. All right, this thing is wrapped up nicely, huh? J'aime nous dire fragile.
You know, it's been a while since I've had an award. You know, as an adult, doesn't happen often.
Fragile.
This is not just a
Est-ce
participation
que nous t'as des
trophy,
types là,
guys.
ouvert? Type là?
Come on. Yes. Wow. What?
That'd be crazy.
Ooh, that is.
Podcast of the year. Yo. Don't wait. Hey, talk to us nice. Okay?
Right.
Parle avec nous nice, t'entendez?
We got up there.
What's
Bio.
up, Pastor?
I gotta take it. Let's
Can we
take it-
cheers?
let's
Can we
take it
cheers?
out
I know y'all
of-
probably not gonna drink it, but at least let's cheers to this winnings.
She can't.
You know, let's
Maybe
sit
hit
a little
her
bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's cheers to this. This is
Listen.
great. This is awesome.
Let me take it out the plastic.
Yeah, take it out the plastic. Take it out the plastic.
We're gonna take
What
it out
key music? Oh,
Hold on, let me just
Post
let me
Malone
just try to
celebration?
listen.
No. What
Let me
do
leave
we-
it in the plastic dance while we trying to decide,
Yeah,
because I just gotta make sure.
What record do we
You know what I'm
take
saying?
this into? Like,
I mean, congratulations is always,
congratulations overdone. You know what I mean?
it is a little overdone. I'm trying to figure out what celebratory song.
This is a tough one.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
is
let's keep the song on the low for now. Let's just stay in this real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it out real slow.
Take it out the plastic real quick.
I gotta read it
feels-
again.
It feels, you know what I'm saying? The feels. Ooh, okay. Okay, we gonna have to show y'all this on the camera, like
Listen,
specifically.
we
It's
gonna
gonna be
have to
like a
get close.
product.
You gotta pass it.
Who house this going on? Do we have to like?
Oh, that's true.
Do we have to like pass it?
Haitians Who Blog presents, I love this, 2020 Creative Award, the Haitian Millennial Podcast of the Year.
Okay. Round of applause for us. And yo, I know we're taking this in, but without you, like for real, like you
Yes.
listening, doing the work, friends of the show, family of the show.
Yes.
Yo, y'all did this. This is for y'all. It's not even for us. Send me somebody's address. Put it. No, I'm just kidding. You're staying with us.
Hold on, let me. You gotta be careful with our baby. You gotta be careful with our baby.
Attention. Man, ça va, Lee Louis. Lee Louis, man, ça va, okay. 2020, man.
love it.
I went to bag give us to the 2020.
I know.
This
After everything.
This is it, man. This feels good. It's a little heavy.
That's how you grab babies.
Well, post a little. Business training.
Stop. But this is why we're podcast of the year.
Yeah, this is why I
Who
love
else is
it.
gonna tell their co-hosts they need training?
Oh yeah, who else? Oh yeah, I be sugarcoating stuff. I tell it like it is. You know what I mean? Real things.
This is awesome. This means a lot. This really,
It really does.
And it might seem like we're like hyping this, but this means a lot because none of us came into our relationship thinking we were going to be on a podcast together.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Not at all. We met in
No.
Houston.
Houston.
You know what Texas is going on through right now, so prayers for everybody who's in
Absolutely.
Texas. But we met in Houston, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
On a trip, you know what I mean? On a French trip.
On a French trip.
Yeah.
Real world style.
No, that's good. It really was. It almost turned into Survivor almost.
Oh, man.
But God knew what he was doing with that
Right.
trip. He did.
Right.
He did.
And we ended up here, and now we got something to show for it. You know, at the end of the day, I don't know whose house is we're gonna have to play rock, paper, scissors.
We're gonna have to
But you know,
every other weekend, every other month.
Yeah, we're gonna
we're gonna have to
do,
rotate.
joint
Yeah, we got to
custody.
figure out who got it. And if you follow us on IG, I'm sure you'll be able to see who got it.
Right.
You'll see who got it. You'll see.
Oh man.
But yo, so damn, where do we go from that? Where do we go from here? Let's.
I don't know,
We
you
gotta like
know?
put it right here now. Like
You
okay,
gotta just
this
prop
is-
it up.
Prop it up.
You know what's crazy? We didn't have.
This is it.
that's
What
right
I
here.
can what I can say is we didn't initially when we started this have like a we want to win an award. We
No.
want
Not
to
No, so
Oh,
Mark,
no, baby, attends, baby.
Mark, you might need training.
Chérie, attends, baby. Okay. Okay.
yeah, we didn't necessarily have those kind of reward based goals. We weren't trying to win anything or be super like, known out. It was
Yeah.
really just about connecting with people who wanted to ride it out, stick with us,
Yeah.
learn more, and have
journey.
those conversations
The journey.
the journey. So to be recognized like this for us is super like humbling.
On the 10th episode.
On the
too.
10th
On-
episode.
Super humbling for us.
And it's like our bottom line has always been for you guys to be able to hear us and to relate
yeah.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
to feel like there are people out there who understand my experience,
Mm-hmm.
who
Yeah.
have been through what I've been through. And it's like, yes, there shout outs to all the Haitian creatives
Yes.
because we are really doing
Shout out
our
to you
thing.
guys. Yeah.
But for us
Shout
to be
out
recognized in that space,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys have paved the way for what we're doing now.
Yeah.
It's because of the Haitian creatives that we're able to pinpoint that a lot of Haitian millennials are spearheading this process of what we call creatives.
Mm-hmm.
So the Haitian Millennial podcast is only fitting for us to relate even more.
Yeah.
And for us to even find a way and an outlet to speak about the things that we're doing as a creative, like in our generation. And this means a lot too, only because this was effort. Like Haitian Who Blog put effort together, not only to create a platform for people to vote the creatives that they love most, but also have a physical thing. Like, you know, at times in the digital world, as millennials, we know we don't really get to touch certain things that we accomplish. Like, you know, you get a million followers, you don't touch a million followers.
It's not tangible.
There's nothing like that. So having an award is something that we could touch, really just give us that sense of like, our generation's in good hands. Like we're doing it on purpose, and we're doing it right.
And just like one day y'all will see, but there's a lot of effort that goes into these.
One day
into these episodes. Like,
listen, if Mark had $1 for every time I asked him, "Where's my sponge?"
And y'all gonna get to know.
We'd be millionaires by now, okay?
Listen, man, and we rocking out here, 87 degrees.
Woo! Yeah, I feel it now.
Just because the culture is who we are, and we are that culture, and we want to be accountable for how great that culture becomes, and also the things that we accomplish in this culture. Yes. So it's all love. It's all love. How do we segue from this? Where do we even go? I feel like I need another, like a bottle of champagne or something. Anyway,
hey, be careful how loud you say that, buddy, pal.
We are at Kalalou, where they love us already. Like, we're just fresh on Kalalou, and they already showing us so much love. So.
I think that's a good place to start. Kind of what we were speaking about a little bit before, etiquette.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
We just displayed an ample amount of etiquette we didn't even really know about, just kind of how we are speaking of the award we received, the other people who are contenders with us, and then Haitians Who Blog as a whole for even setting or you know, paving the way. And now coming to Kalalou, our conversation was navigating through traditional Haitian etiquette, and then new age millennial etiquette.
You stumbled upon something that is huge, right? And we're gonna even get deeper later on in our conversation. But etiquette, right? Let me tell you a story, right?
Okay.
This is not gonna be a long one. Sorry, I know how you guys think of my story, but it's not gonna be a long one. I went to my aunt's house in Miami for the first time in my millennial age, like the older side of my millennial age, like around like 27, I would say. I went to my aunt's house and I stayed over. It was in Miami. You know, I was really saving money, right? My aunt didn't know that. She lives in Miami. I'm here to party, have a good time. She don't know that.
You didn't tell her?
No, of course not.
Your Haitian aunt?
I
don't know. He's a guy though.
I told my mom I came to see her.
Oh.
I could not be here without, you know what I'm saying? I can't be in Miami without seeing her.
Yeah, no, that's not okay.
So I stayed over, and as soon as I got there, oh my God, she started cooking. She started doing. I got a party to go to. I'm gonna fit my fare like my no. Miami.
Yeah.
I've been enjoy coming. What do you say? I came to drink my money.
Right.
So
you're here for a fun time, not a long time.
Didn't wake up Mwen. Came to drink my money in Miami. So I'm over here just waiting to get the call from my cousin and say, "We ready? Let's roll." She started cooking and she already put the plate on the table. And you know what she said? She said, "Oh, Mike, I love him more. Serviette la get in the toilet la. Savon get in the toilet la." Sorry. The words gonna keep falling. Sorry, sweetheart. Make sure it's in the area. I might not shake the table. All right. She said, "Yo, you know, the soap," and I go in the bathroom. Literally, the towel's already there. The soap is there for me to wash my hands. I say, "Oh, Gigi." She's like, "Qui let my besoin on madame qui fait ça pour moi?" And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow,
No, but seriously, no. No, but seriously, I forgot about that etiquette. In Haiti, that's how it is. Before you go eat, you just wash your hands and, you know, make
everything
sure
magically just shows up. You're just like,
you think magically, right? But people put effort into doing those things.
Yep.
And it goes to show, like, we are different. And I don't even know, like, you know, dating someone, right? Like, you know, the person I'm dating now is the person I was dating then. So explain to her that that's how it's customary.
The expectation.
Yeah, it's customary to do that. So I thought to myself, I missed that, right? I missed that. But is that essential? Is that something that's needed? Or is it just our etiquette in general? We're just going to be nice like that as a people? Or, like, is this needed to be carried on? Like, you know what I mean?
So
I feel like, did I need that? Because before, I
you were
haven't
fine.
had
You haven't
anybody,
had
you know
it.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When it hit me, I was like, this is what we do.
I don't know. Is it needed? I don't know. I feel like a lot of the etiquette that I've experienced.
That was before Corona. Washing my hands before Corona.
No, we were serious about washing our hands
Right.
Yeah.
for a long time.
With that etiquette in that aspect, what you were saying, like the whole food setup, you know, definitely making sure the towels are here, this and that. I've experienced that heavily in a lot of Haitian homes, but I feel like it comes from a pride, like, you know, like a pride background where it's like, okay, no, you're in my home, so I'm going to make sure that your experience here before you go out and tell other people is A1.
Okay.
You know, because
Okay.
I think that news travels in the Haitian community, and we never want it to be negative. So I'm going to ensure that it is not.
I think shame, humiliation, I think it does motivate our behavior.
Yeah.
The concept of someone speaking poorly of you, like, I've tried to say this, like, don't care what people think. That is not. You have to care what
You
people
have
think.
to, yeah.
Because your reputation matters. And so if someone came to
Wow.
your home and they weren't treated well, and it couldn't even have been like they weren't treated well, but like in your example, you went to the bathroom, there was no soap.
That's the first thing they're going to talk about.
Now, would you go out and tell somebody there was no soap at your auntie's house?
No.
No, but they think you will.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay, it's all about like the perception. of
Yeah, it's
how
a
they're-
perception
okay.
thing. I personally, when I have friends come over, and I get stressed out before they come.
Me too.
So it's
Me
not
too.
it's not courteous? Like what she did, it's not a behavior out of courtesy?
No, it's super nice and
Okay.
it's super courteous. But
it's
for her to
courteous.
have towels and soaps out for you, that's like,
And
I
when I said I was staying over, she already cleaned out a room.
Of course.
And said that I'm like, this is your room.
course.
Your towels and
Courtesy
everything
and
is
etiquette
there.
are the same? Are we saying, because when you're being,
courteous.
when I think of someone being courteous, right, I think of holding my door open.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, like those, I feel like being courteous is like every day.
Okay.
Like people holding the door open for you, you know, like you're miles away and then they want to hold it and now you gotta shuffle. Like to me, I'm like, okay, that's courteous. Or like you sneeze, someone says, like I feel like that's common
I have
courtesy.
I have a take.
Oh,
Haitian etiquette is being courteous to the extreme.
okay. Okay.
Haitian
Yeah,
etiquette
because I feel
is
like
being
in
courteous
the
to the
everyday
extreme.
world,
Yeah.
and I've had conversation with like people who aren't of Caribbean descent, and they are confused as to why you're making an entire meal for a family friend. Like, can't they just go grab something to eat? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
them, it doesn't make sense, but to us, it's like, no. You must do this.
Yeah.
And then when there's like that question, like, but why? It's like, you just must. It's part of the courtesy. It's part of the etiquette. It's part of the culture. It's how we, again, show our best selves to this other party. So that's why I'm always like, I know courtesy is exactly what we call it nowadays, like common courtesy. It's just common courtesy. But I don't know if that exists in the Caribbean realm. It's like, no, like it's a high standard.
Yeah.
You definitely have
It's
to meet
what
the
you
bar.
do.
Yeah, it's like how you live ultimately.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Mark, what happened? Did you end up going out? Did you eat? What?
No, I ate
Okay.
and then I ended up going out after, but you know, I can't. Welcome to On Location, guys. But what happened is I had to just slow down the process. I had to tell my cousin I'll be there in a little bit
Okay.
because I didn't want to be rude.
you see-
I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be one of those people like, you know, she make the food and I'm just going to leave
Yeah.
on my terms. I still have respect
Yes.
for my aunt. I still have respect for the time that she took out to do these things, to show that I am grateful that she done those things.
You know who doesn't care about those things, who are not respectful?
Yeah.
Those people in the movies whole laid out breakfast, dinner, and then they'll eat an apple and walk out. That's ridiculous.
Really? You want to go there?
No, it's unrealistic.
And it's mad disrespectful.
It's mad disrespectful and unrealistic that I slaved over this and you're going to kiss me on my cheek, grab a banana and walk out and I'm going to be okay with that? Like the next scene is just us having fun? No, sir.
So I wonder, is it only us, like us from Caribbean descent, or even just black people that feel that way? I wonder if other races feel that way.
That would be interesting to know.
Because to me, if I woke up early, made breakfast, you grab a banana and you leave?
And you left.
You better not.
No.
I'd be like, what? I'm not doing that.
We're going to make a whole Haitian movie. With this script?
Yes.
We're going to make a whole Haitian movie. Just the scene is just you eating the whole breakfast. The first scene is you eating the whole breakfast because we can't disrespect the food.
Yeah, you can't disrespect the food. What? It's the effort. You have to recognize effort in Haitian culture.
So this is kind of funny. So because obviously I'm a Haitian American woman, I had a friend who was Caucasian, coworker of mine, who would like come to my house. I was like giving her a desk. I was giving a desk away. My roommate was like, "Oh, I don't want this desk." I was like, "Oh my God, my coworker would love the desk." So she comes to pick up the desk, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "No, do you want me to pay?" I'm like, "No, it's free. Take the desk." She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, just take it." And I was like, "And we also have this other stuff. Do you want to look at this stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh no, we also have this." And before I knew it, like
her culture came out.
Yeah, my culture came out, and then it was funny. So once I became aware and then I kind of looked at her, she was just like super like, she was like.
She felt like she was stealing.
she, oh my God, you're so. She was like super overwhelmed by it. And it was interesting to watch her just be super bewildered. Like, no, I just will take the desk. Like, no, I'm like, no, but like, if you are interested in this, because we were moving, so I'm like, no, you can like, no more, just take it, whatever. She's like, no, I don't know how to say no. I don't want to like, and it's interesting that was her response versus like, if it was like, oh, we my posse, my exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but her, like, she was just like, no, I just came for the desk.
It's just we can't help it. We can't help it. You've offered, now we gotta look.
Nous remen PI.
Yes.
Oh man.
As a Haitian culture, we love PI. Ou digo ça, yatsel? Okay, on ça? Okay, about ça. It's yo, no. But I knew, like, we take advantage of a PI. We love PI. That's it.
Yeah.
Just like the culture of pèpè. Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh,
That's fun,
I
though.
have a story.
That's a whole nother conversation. Because what we have clothes that is worn, for those of you that are listening that don't know what pèpè is
Hand-me-downs?
Hand-me-downs, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but hand-me-downs that is sent out to your family members in Haiti. So as Haitian millennials in America, we've realized that some of our clothes in our closet have disappeared and we have no clue why.
Yeah,
but
we don't know.
Your mom have washed it and realized that it's pèpè and put it in a pèpè box and you never seen a lot of it.
She deemed it without your permission.
Yeah, she deemed it was pèpè.
Yeah.
Because, and then don't let it be when you at an age that you bought your own clothes now.
Woo.
And that clothes is pèpè without you knowing. And you were going to Sunday fun day, you were going to brunch, you want to find your shirt, it be mommy voye shirt la non pèpè.
That PI thing is super crucial, and I wish somebody had warned me as a child, because like my dad used to like drive around the neighborhood and stop to look through people's trash.
Parce que chercher ba voye Haiti.
And I was so embarrassed.
Okay,
Me too.
Okay. We are here. I have some more conversation about the last thing we talked about, but however, since we're here, I want to say something.
Okay.
Is the pèpè and the hand-me-downs hurting us as a culture in Haiti? Because guess what? We're sending these things, because I seen the picture where the guy's wearing a Walmart shirt, and it's saying, how can I help you, blah, blah, blah. But he's wearing that just for fun because it's the clothes that were sent down to him as a hand-me-down. And those pictures now find themselves on social media. And now because they're on social media, we're making fun of it. But technically something that we are embracing. As a culture, to send things that we don't want to our people in Haiti. Now they're being photographed. Now it's a full circle. We have a 360 worth of what we call content. So now we have this content to laugh at.
Yeah.
But it was content that we originally planted.
Ourselves.
So technically we're laughing back at ourselves.
Like the Walmart shirt thing, I don't know why that ended up in the box. I don't think that should have been sent, because who's gonna wear that normally? So I feel like that's what's so funny about the situation, is that you decided to give away your Walmart shirt, and then someone's like not knowing the context of the
Don't
shirt.
even know Walmart.
But I don't
just
think
wears
that's
it.
the thought process when we're sending stuff to Haiti. Like, I don't feel like that's what parents
Si
are
bagen
thinking
tout.
about.
What are the things you look at before you send the clothes? Di bagen tout, di ba shire,
they have
I'm
the
never,
box.
I'm never gonna give anything bad.
and then back some mitsa.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never gonna give anything bad or ripped or torn or anything like that. So I feel like because that is the standard, like that. I mean, excuse me, because that's like the minimum requirement. It won't matter what it says in their heads. So that's kind of what I think of. And then to kind of go down from my perspective in my family, my mother cannot read. So if she sees a shirt and it's not ripped, it's not torn, and it looks fine, it's clean, it's new, I'm going to send it.
Okay.
You know, and again, that might be a small
you just
population.
even went down to another
She
hole.
she humanized the gesture. Because
Yeah, it's like I just want you to have this.
I hope that's what happened and not what I thought, because I've seen that. Like, but it happened. So my thing here is we laugh at that picture, but like hand-me-downs or that whole thrifting thing is popular here in the U.S.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
So why is it? So Haitians do it and it's seen as
Like dirty, or
poor,
not no money. Yeah.
but Americans do it and it's being fiscal and fashion.
Americans do it.
It's about the.
Oh, go ahead. No, you good.
It's about the. It's about the turnaround process. Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't even want to. Damn. I don't want to show my marketing background here, but here's what I'm going to say. There's systems to everything, right? America has mastered systems, which the thrifting is a system, right?
Yes.
It's like we're gonna create this
Oh,
thing.
it's a big system.
Yeah, and we're gonna make money. Have Salvation Army, Goodwill. In Haiti, it's not a system yet. So without the system being, there's no entry point and out point to really convert to a very clean PR version of us doing thrift.
Yeah.
It's nasty
Yeah.
because it's not a clean system.
Yeah.
So here's how it works. When you send those clothes to Haiti, somebody has a business quickly because now they have a bunch of clothes that they can lay out in front of a market.
Yep.
And now people are going to pick out what they want, and now they're getting money, right? There's no system that says this person has to make sure these clothing
clean.
is quality.
Yep.
All of that stuff.
Disinfected.
And make
So
sure, yeah.
it's left to the consumer to determine whether
Yep.
or not they want to buy it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So with that lack of system, allow us to be made fun of in a way because there's no really, nah, you shouldn't really wear that.
I felt like we get made fun
System.
of because of our color selection and outfit selection. Like
You mean the pairing of the
the
two?
pairing of the
Okay.
two. Like
Okay, I mean that's a different conversation.
that might be a different conversation, but I feel like when Haitians used to come from Haiti to the U.S. and they started school, if they weren't dressed like they were going to church, one of the biggest indicators that they were not from here, they were just comes, was the mismatched colors.
So I would say that
We didn't have a
that
color wheel in Haiti.
I was
They didn't
good.
give
Like
us a color
that is
all the colors.
so. Oh my gosh.
Which is not everybody.
It's
not everybody.
not. So it's like I feel like, what is that called?
But
Like, what is that called?
Where do you know though? Okay, sorry. Where would you know? So for example, okay, for those of you who are not Haitian listening to the podcast, you are in for a treat because this right here is deep. I don't even know how we're
Yes.
even
We're
getting
getting
on this
every time we
We're
say
getting-
something, it goes somewhere
like
else.
deeper.
Yo, there's some people in Haiti right now, this might be a shock to a lot of you all, that don't have a television, that have no access to magazines, that have no access to what fashion, quote unquote, look like, that have no access to how do I pair. They look at a shirt as a shirt, a pant as a pant, socks as socks, shoes as shoes.
Yes.
If you have a complete set, you're wearing clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't
It's
go
a
with
necessity. It's not.
yeah, it's a necessity, not
Like
an
fashion.
accessory.
Fashion is not. Yeah.
At some areas of Haiti, and I'm gonna be clear about
yes,
this.
some areas.
Some areas, because they're called similar to if you go to like Nebraska or like freaking wherever Kanye is at, Montana,
Wyoming.
so Wyoming, somewhere in these areas where some people decide to live the way they are brought up, not necessarily the way they have seen on TV,
Yeah.
or have seen on
That's
magazines,
true. Yeah.
have seen on actual music videos. They live the way they live. And that's how a lot of areas in Haiti are, because unfortunately we have a power issue, and I'm not here to dirty out or dirty laundry.
It's okay. There's
but we have a lot of power issue, a lot of political issues, and a lot of people that live outside of the circle.
Yeah.
Outside of the normal of what we call society living. So if you're one of those people, like you said, you come to America and you have no idea of what's going on besides you're trying to get an education.
Like a pie chart or whatever, or like a diagram, whatever. At the top, fashion is not there. Like it's just not. Like, and again, this is the Haitian Millennial podcast. We as Haitian millennials, above education these days, fashion is up there.
Yeah.
What you look like, how you are perceived, how you are received, that is like at the top of your list for anything you do. Like now, appearance, like we care more about what we see first than what we hear. So it's like initially that's going to be something at the top of our list, but then you bring it back to the homeland. You go to Haiti, I don't even think it makes the list
for some people.
for some areas,
because this is what causes the shame. A part of the shame of being Haitian in America or like outside of Haiti is that yes, there is that person that's going to show up to school. They're mismatched, right? They're just following what they've always known. I need a shirt, I need pants, I need shoes, outfit. Yeah. Right. But like for example, my grandmother was a seamstress. She made clothes for a living. Yeah. Like my family grew up very acutely aware of fashion. And so that mismatch thing never happened to me. Yeah. Yes, I had all the bows and the bayets and the fluffy dresses and all.
That was called fashion back then.
Yeah, that was fashion.
No, I definitely mismatched.
I was fashionable in the sense, but like my family knows how to match. They would never send me to school or send anyone out to school mismatching. So when you get lumped into that group, it can be hurtful.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, so, okay, you had that, like, access where it's like they were acutely aware of the fashion. My parents weren't, but I appreciate the fact that they sent me to uniform schools until high school.
That's that's
you understand, thing. And that's something that Haitians do because they don't know. It's intimidating.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say.
Backpedal real quick. Okay. Is the uniform, because in Haiti, uniform's a big thing.
Big thing, yeah.
There's only like a handful of schools that allow you to just wear what you want. Those are like Catholic schools and schools that are more Americanized in a way. They have American head like structure, I guess you would say, or the people who founded that school were Americans. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. Other than that, any other school is uniform. Uniform is a big deal in Haiti. Now, as you mentioned that point, it dawned on me. Is uniform a complete reaction to the fact that maybe we're not? So
the mismatching? Yeah, I think so.
So because the kids were coming. So for example, if I open a school right now and I'm really, in the educational realm, and I see the kids that are coming into my school and maybe the way they're dressing may not be a good representation of my school currently. Yeah. So I apply a uniform rule to make sure that when you see a picture of my school, everyone is completely in uniform in a sense where my school looked good. So now you want to send your kids here. And for even foreign countries, you are looking at my school as something that is a pride.
That's why uniform exists. Like, think of the purpose of uniform is to create a collective group. Like when someone sees you, they know you're a part of this institution, this group, this system. Yeah. If you take it further in school, they don't want you to be concerned about what you're wearing.
Yeah, they want you focused on academics.
Focused on your education. Yeah. And so growing up in South Florida, a lot of the schools I went to didn't use uniform at first. But then there was issues of bullying. There's people who get robbed. Like there was a lot of issues around fashion. Yep. You could get jumped.
You just solved a whole nother thing here.
But
go ahead.
In recent, there's a discovery that the use of uniform at such a crucial age definitely hinders your creativity.
Yeah, that's true.
So it stunts the growth that you have at such a young age to express yourself, to be different, to, kind of explore those different areas.
Because Western culture.
Leona, stop right there.
Western culture.
You are walking very light territory right now. Because guess what? We just received an award for being a Haitian creative.
Yes.
And you telling me
Yep.
that the main thing that is adapted at our schools in the Haitian territory, in our homeland, could hinder
your creativity. Yep.
I don't know.
So, hold on. So I have another question. Because we have never been a culture to really embrace creativity.
That's exactly what I was about to say. We don't.
So as millennials, we probably are one of the first generations to truly embrace such characteristics.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But most Haitian people I meet are super creative. Whether it's,
do they call it that?
It's a talent. It's a skill they have. Like, I remember my uncle came from Haiti, and he showed us how well he could draw. Mm-hmm. But he was a police officer in Haiti.
He would never have been embraced.
He would have never been just an artist, but that was something
artists don't make money.
He took pride in that he could draw so well. So it was not really like, oh, I'm a creative. It's like, look at this skill, look at this talent.
And I think that's that's not only say the problem, but I think that's the thought process is that it has to be a skill. Mm-hmm. It can't be creativity, or it can't be a calling or a passion, or it has to be something that you can potentially make money, whether it makes you a lot of money or not, but it has to be something that somebody else can view and see as valuable.
There's a reward.
There's a reward at the end. So you can draw, and so let's put you at the airport when the tourists come, and you draw pictures for them and make money. But it's not a draw these pictures so that we as Haitians can enjoy it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you're not drawing because we enjoy here. You are drawing because you're making a profit so that they can enjoy elsewhere. And that's the difference.
That's the difference. Yeah.
Because we here in the United States make things for people to enjoy here.
Got you.
Like
or for ourselves. There's a lot of artists who are really just trying to satisfy their own internal desires and needs. If you happen to like it, cool.
Yeah.
If you don't,
but that's not always the option in certain parts of the area in Haiti. And that's why for me, it's like, I wish we did get more of that option to like.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. Oh, yo. What's good, bro?
What's going on, man? How are you, brother?
Everything good. Just so you know, today is our Saturday pod. So you are live on the Haitian Millennial pod right now, Sebi. What do you have to say for your life? You interrupted a great conversation, brother.
Oh shoot, bro! I am so sorry. I really need to speak with you.
Nah, you fine, man. You fine. My phone's connected to Bluetooth. It was ringing, so I had to pick it up. But you know what I'm saying? Just say what up to the people. You know what I'm saying? Since you're already on air.
Hey everyone, man. This is Sebi. I want to shout out my guy Mark here on the Haitian Millennial podcast. I love what you guys are doing, man. You guys are basically speaking out what Haitian millennials here in the Central Florida area aren't really speaking about, and you guys are addressing those types of topics, those discussions, and having those type of open conversations. So I love what you guys are doing as well, and the ladies too. So can't forget about
shout out to the ladies. And we appreciate you, Sebi. Sebi has his own podcast, by the way, called Sebi Podcast. He's one of the Haitian millennials who are pushing the envelope when it comes to sport. So we appreciate Sebi. And I'm gonna hit you back when I get done. Is that cool?
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. I apologize.
All right, talk to you later, brother.
Yeah, we'll talk for sure.
All right, one.
Thank you.
All right, so now let's. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your thought, but we were talking about the creative process, and in general when it comes to our culture.
Yes. Like we are not consumers of our own products. We do not.
Say that again. Yo. We're gonna need you to say this one in the podcast. Hold on, one more time. Hold on, wait. We gotta put that right there.
It's your girl Leona, and you are listening to the Haitian Millennial Podcast.
This is gold right here. Say that one more time, please.
Trust me, Gigi. I already know where you're going to take this, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, in the creative realm,
Okay.
we are not the best consumers of our own product. And I think that with the art, like you said, the drawing, the music, a lot of times it's not for us to consume. It's like something that's exported all the time. So I don't know how we can do a better job of maximizing on what we do within our own capacities. Because again, we've first independent nation, like we had a lot to carry. It's a lot of things to kind of definitely spearhead. So of course a lot of things were lost along the way. But the creativity aspect in terms of consuming, what I've seen a lot of times when I've gone to Haiti in the area that I'm exposed to, which is Gonaïve, it's like a lot of art for people to buy and take with them and go. It's not something that stays here. Yes, there's beautiful sculptures, paintings, murals, amazing jewelry they make. But again, it's almost like a strictly tourist-based take this, consume it, and go.
Yeah. To further your point, I'm going to go ahead and say that when I go to a white person's house who's been to Haiti, they have more murals on their wall than my mom has on her wall.
Yeah.
They have more Haitian paintings. Haitian, and we're sitting in Kalalou with a Haitian painting right behind us. It's like it's fitting to this conversation. But anyway, more we got la. But anyway, so for example, like I will go to a person, like I said, who is white, en blanc, you know, and they been to Haiti and they have a painting on their wall, which is like, man, I would love to. That's a nice painting. But when we go to Haiti as Haitians, we don't purchase that stuff.
We don't.
I disagree, y'all.
Listen, you disagree.
I disagree.
I want to hear your side of
I
the story.
do
But
too.
my side is, at my house, there's no Haitian painting on the wall. There is nothing that relates to us as a culture in Haiti in my house.
Okay.
And not necessarily saying that
It's
you know
universal, it's
nobody
just you.
else
Yeah.
does it, but in my house,
Yeah.
my mom would buy a nice painting of a lake or something, or an elephant, all in the. But there's not really an essential piece of Haiti in my house.
Okay.
I feel like
And as a millennial, I want that in my own places. When I'm, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody else who's on IG that I do see you guys showcasing your painting of Haiti and the restaurants here in America too, who are putting walls, things along those lines of art. So if you guys don't see it, but there's a whole fresco
I love
thing right here,
fresco,
over
bro.
here.
With the
But
peanuts.
but things like that still brings our culture. But in our homes, well, in my home specifically, we don't embrace that.
Okay.
Give
The
me your take,
creativity.
Gigi. I really want to
Okay,
hear.
so I'll say this. Last year I moved into another apartment, and style-wise, I definitely went for a more modern aesthetic. I would say if you're at a traditional Haitian home, you're not gonna get modern, right?
Right.
And I think stylistically, what makes Haitian art is there's a certain way we draw, we paint, we sculpt. It's very distinct. You'll know, like, looking at it, that's from Haiti. And I think that's an amazing thing. So I'm going to put a pin on that.
Yeah.
Even though my home has a very modern aesthetic, I do have pieces or things that seem Haitian or are actually Haitian. And I didn't consciously do it. It ended up subconsciously happening. So I was on FaceTime with a friend. I'm sitting on my couch and he's like, "You got Haitian paintings on your wall?" What? And I'm like, "No, those are from Etsy." He's like, I'm like, "They're not Haitian paintings." He's like, "Oh, they look like it." And I was like, wow, like I didn't even mean to do that, but I just did it. And I think subconsciously I'm just absorbed what I've grown up around. Because if you go to my mom's house, she's got Haitian paintings on the wall. Yeah, she got the random lake and the fruits.
But you did say
and
your
the-
mom was an actress.
No. I mean, yes. Yeah, she.
So shout out to mommy. Mommy, they're going to act. So she's already
She was so she's
involved in the creative process.
Yes, but I don't think she would have taken her actress vibes into like what she likes on her walls.
Gotcha.
Most Haitian people I know that are conscious about the art scene and consume art in a way where it's like to be valued, they do try to have Haitian pieces in their home. But my thing there is, like, I think it's an access issue. Like, those white people, assuming they've been to Haiti, right? They went to Haiti, they saw the art,
They got a piece of the land.
they understood the consumeristic, capitalistic side of it, because like art from Africa, art from Asia, art from anywhere that's not the United States or like white Europe is viewed as being expensive, exotic, unique, one of a kind. We don't think that way of our stuff.
Yeah,
and so what I'm saying is, but like, I don't want it to be like that there aren't Haitians consuming Haitian art, because I know a lot of Haitian people who at least have one piece in their house that is Haitian or from Haiti, and I just think it's a style thing. Like I don't know if I could see a Haitian piece in y'all houses, because y'all have very, very specific aesthetics in your home.
I'm very modern,
which is geared towards my mother. My mother decides what's in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's been the one to always decide.
Oh, shout out to Mom.
Yeah.
I thought that was you and me.
you know.
You talking about my house?
Yeah,
I thought you talking about my mom's crib.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No. Mine is modern. Me. I just got a new table, y'all. I really wanted y'all to see it, but we won't see. I think that we need to do like a recordings of our homes.
Okay.
Not our home, like here in Orlando, but like our mother's homes. Okay.
Yeah.
So that I feel like, to get a better idea, like my mama recently got a stainless steel refrigerator, and oven. Okay. Before she had the black top. You know, that's old age. We don't do that. Which is great. But I'm like, yo, Mom, it's still like real Haitian in here. Like, you know, because
it's real Haitian in here.
Because you still have the huge China wall neat, like,
we all got that.
You know, and for me, I know what reads Haitian in terms of aesthetic is never art. It's always like,
but could it be subjective?
It could be very subjective. But for me, when I walk into a home and I'm like, we are amongst Haitians, is like the couch with the plastic, with the doily, and then you have the huge table that's already set but no one eats there. And then you have,
you take me back.
I'm telling you, and then you have the mirrors everywhere. There's like the wall is completely covered by something.
There's no space.
There's no room.
But I'm talking about, like, when an artist sits down and paints a painting, right? That painting, like a non-Haitian person who I guess is a little bit more esteemed to the art world might drop hundreds, thousands of dollars on it.
Right.
Because it's seen as unique, one of a kind, exotic. And I hate that word, y'all, but that's
exotic.
That's what they
Joe,
use.
Exotic.
Do we see the value? Do we see the artistry? Do we see the technique, the effort?
No. Because it's made by our own. Sometimes as Haitian people, we don't appreciate our own.
Yeah.
But I've decided to not have that viewpoint. Like, my ex's grandfather is a famous Haitian artist. And he's a famous Haitian artist because his art became popular outside of Haiti. Like, even at one point,
That's
UCF
good.
had a gallery of his art.
Wow.
And so I'm like, if we could have it where it's not just people going to, because those pieces in the house, could they tell you who made those paintings? They tell a little signature at the bottom? No. And so that's the problem. Like, if we're going to buy the art, let's know that person's name. Let's say, hey, you made this art, and I'm going to make sure I tell everybody about it.
Jean-Michel.
I think that
that's a common name.
I think that in that sense, I think that I see what you're saying. I think that then in that case, as a Haitian millennial of my caliber that is not super esteemed to the art, the music, the carnivals and things like that, then it then becomes almost a responsibility of being more informed about those things. And then, like you said, the issue being the access. Like, how would I then really know?
Yeah.
So I think that, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. I'm glad we had it because it's like one of those things where, okay, well, even if I did want to know, how do I even start? Where do I go about it?
I'm always trying to, like, we're really hard on ourselves as a culture. Like, we are super hard on ourselves. You want to hear people talk poorly about Haitian people? Talk to another Haitian person. We got all the complaints.
Yeah, we do.
But I want to start shifting the narrative. Like, okay, here's the issue. How do we solve it? Like, what can we do to, like, change that narrative?
Gigi, you deserve a round of applause right That's where the podcast coming. Because this is really what the main reason of what we even, some of the reasons why we're doing this podcast. There's many reasons. But changing the narrative to truly understand that we can look at ourselves in a positive light without destroying what we do in general.
That's good.
It's a step forward.
Yeah.
And I think I want our millennial generation to take credit for that. I know it sounds crazy, but I want us to be accountable. Like, and that's what, again, one of the things before we start this podcast is figure out this will be a footprint of accountability. I feel like I can't remember. No, for real. I can't remember any generation before us, although there was radio, that really has a pinpoint of accountability where we can say, what did you do in your in your realm of stature when it comes to who you are and who you represent in your era? What accountability steps have you taken? So then, you know what? If the generation coming after us, Generation Z, or however.
Yep.
Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
I want some sort of blueprint to say, this is what we attempted to do as millennials. We attempted to shift the conversations from just creatives not having that voice or creatives not making money. So before the, shout out to Haitian Who Blogs, right? Before creatives started to figure out that you can make money being who you are and what you do, as Mark the Dreamer, I would never have thought of that name if I didn't know there was really a promised land to be the dreamer that I am, to be creative and to be in a marketing field, which allows me to have my own creative thoughts and have my own creative ideas come to life with the help of a blueprint, of course, right? Which is what I try to help dreamers understand. The reason why your Haitian parents don't believe you when you say you're about to be a X, Y, and Z is because they're not seeing the steps.
Yeah.
They look at college.
Targeted.
Yeah, they look at.
So I'm wearing a Tupac shirt, so it's just like
hey,
it's just like
fitting.
Like,
it's fitting.
We talk about art and stuff, and I was
It's
like, I'm
fitting.
wearing the wrong shirt.
No, you with it.
You're
right with it. You are.
here.
But seriously, like if you were able to tell your father, like, okay, if I'm gonna be this, these are the steps I'm taking. I'm gonna do 2 years of this, 2 years of that. To them, it's something they can grasp and they can put faith in you. Although we got to do a lot better as Haitian parents to have more
faith in our
faith in our, the young ones coming up, understanding that they have a goal that they're reaching. It may not look very clear at the moment, but at times, just that process of having that dream to accomplish something better, allowing them to just be part of that process too. Because Haitians they care so much in a sense where they will stop you from even trying something. So like having the open mind, and as a generation, I want us to be able to set up that foundation, and they can look back and say the Haitian millennials did that. Like in order for us to be in this realm that we're at, where Haitian creatives are embraced, the millennials did that.
Yeah.
They opened the door. Not saying that the first ones, we're the first ones to do whatever.
No.
But I want us to open the door to us, being that in that realm. So if a Gen Z podcast comes out, that they can say, man, if it was because of the millennial generation taking a stance on being creative, that we're able to be accepted in our household for that lane that we're choosing.
For sure. That was good.
Jesus. All right. We can go further, but I want to make one last point before we shift into the last part of our podcast. When we talk about etiquette, right? I had one question. I want to just put it out there before I forget it.
Ooh.
Where did we get our etiquette from?
Ooh.
You mean as an adult where I am now, or in general?
No, in general. Like when we were brought up to do these things, like, we got to sit at the table every Sunday to eat. We have to do all these things.
I didn't do that.
There's a very customary in Haiti.
That was a breakdown from you being in America.
Yeah, and in Haiti is different. In Haiti, on Sunday, we all eating at the table and we passing the
So we're all eating. We're like, it's a consensus. We're all eating in Haiti at this time. We're sitting together, whether we're talking or not, making, fed blog, whatever we're eating. But then coming into the States, it's like, dad's plate is set up. Each one, like white rice, clean, a perfect mountain. And then, the pois, and then the sauce viande, whatever it is. And then, fork, knife. Very, very clean together, drink, all that. But then it was like everyone else just kind of ate whenever. So there wasn't like that uniformity in terms of we're going to sit here, eat together, and share this together. We didn't do that here. So when you said that, Gigi, that's what I thought of. So I would say directly from Haiti and my parents is where I got the etiquette aspect of, you know, that let's eat together or something along those lines. Or, hey, let me be courteous. Let me make sure you have everything you need. Because I'm the type of person, if I'm making a sandwich, right? And then you're like, hey, can you make me one too? The one I make first, I'm automatically giving to you.
Yep.
I'm not going to give you the second one I make.
Yeah.
Because the first one's always going to be the best one.
Yeah.
So
and now you have it.
and now you have it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the etiquette that I learned and where it came from for me. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys and how that kind of stems.
Ooh, my brain went to a lot of places when you asked the question, because I went from like a overall, like, culturally, what is our foundation, the French, the natives that lived on the island, and then the African culture. So I think we're a combination of all those things. Academically, people say we're more similar to Latin culture, which I agree, because you know, I've seen it's Hispanic people or Latin people that kiss on the cheek when they come in. The family dynamic is very similar to ours, I would say.
Does the French do it too or no?
The French, French people, an interesting group of people.
Oh my goodness.
I started to watch French TV shows on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I can see where Haitians pull certain things, but then other stuff, I'm just like, that's not us. Like, we don't do that. So I think it's a combination of all the three. But I do think social class plays into etiquette as well. Yeah. Education plays into etiquette as well. And so that's my answer.
What about you? What about you, Mark? You gotta say it loud so they can hear you. Did y'all hear me ask him?
It's a tough way, because where it comes from is where I have a battle with, because I don't know where it comes from, because I haven't been around enough cultures, like I guess as a family gathering, to say, oh, I've been around a house of people who are from France. That's exactly where we got it from. Okay. Or, damn, I've been around a group of, because again, I've been around Hispanic people, and as a family, they do certain things that I can relate to, but it doesn't give me that pinpoint, like, right there. This is it. So as you said, I think your breakdown is a lot more relatable to what I'm thinking. It could be a mix of all of it, because we're colonized by so many different people. I think we just picked up on all those things, and then somebody decided that's how we move as a culture. Because you will kind of see the same kind of setting, especially if you go under you will see those kind of settings. Like, you go to somebody's house and you will see that they start. The plate's already ready. The things, everything's on the table for you. You don't have to not lift a finger. Your juice is already there. Yeah. You know, your sauce is separated from your rice. Your meat is separated from your diri. Yeah. Nothing is touching the plate. The plate decoration is all intact. I know you French chef, all the other chef from other countries. My grandma played better than y'all. I'm sorry. R.I.P. to my grandma, but she played it way better than y'all. I always have my food. I used to be like, oh my God, she has no extra spray, no towel, no nothing. She knows where she played. Now the
plating thing is all for just aesthetic, but a Haitian plate of food is beautiful, and it's functional.
Yeah,
and it's organized.
They give you enough rice. You're never gonna ask for more rice. They give you enough rice in that plate. We like, yo. My grandma said, if you don't have food left on the table, you were starving. Wow. But if you have food left on the table, that means you ate good.
But isn't it a compliment to be able to say, I want more?
No. They don't play that. They don't play that. Well, from where I'm from, they don't play that I want more. They want you to eat and have some left on the table. Because that shows to them that you ate and you were full. You're good. If you finish your plate, that means you were starving. That means somebody else messed up. Because you shouldn't be starving.
Well, somebody tell us in the comments, like,
I'd like to know.
You shouldn't be starving.
This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah, in my culture, I guess in the Haitian that I grew up with, you just shouldn't be starving. Okay. Somebody should be taking care of you. Where when your next meal come, If you clean that plate up, somebody didn't feed you before.
So my dad said, "Ou te kite gongo atap chwo."
yeah. Exactly. That goes out to that part. Ou te gongo ap chwo. Tellement ou te gongo
Ou te
fini tout
gongo.
manger.
Ou fini tout manger.
Okay.
Like,
I understand what you're saying.
they want to make sure that you fed throughout the day. Because I know there's breakfast, there's dîner, and there's souper.
Yes.
That's how I grew up. Like, when I came to the U.S., I was waiting for my supper. Eu vai beber souper. Vai vague. Vai souper à vague. Because here is breakfast and dinner. Nobody cares about supper. But in Haiti, it's a big key. If after you eat, they know you're going to be hungry. Because we eat dinner around like 2, 3, latest 4 o'clock. America eat dinner around 6.
Yeah, because we have lunch
5:30,
and
6.
noon.
Yeah.
We don't do this lunch thing. Breakfast, dinner, supper.
Got it.
So, and then the supper, you got the labouille. Man, I miss some labouille. But speaking of food, we're about to transition into our next part of the pod. We are at Kalalou, as mentioned. We are on location, so we are gonna go eat some good food. If you're listening, this is where the listening session ends. If you're watching, you're gonna see us eat. So for those of you listening right now, to get into transition to what we're doing on episode 10 on location at Kalalou, you will have to subscribe to our YouTube.
Please.
Our subscribers
Yep.
are coming up though. I think
Right.
we're about 67 subscribers. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
10 episodes, 67 subscribers. You know, we good. And last somebody said you were looking good. I don't know if you send them to say that,
I didn't.
but I'm
I
just
didn't.
kidding.
I didn't really.
On YouTube, you got a lot of comments. You know what I'm saying? Somebody even said that we putting them on new music.
Good.
And I appreciate that because, you know, I like the vibes. So
Vibes.
I put you on to some new music. Speaking of that, before we transition into the food part, we want to say thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for sticking with us. I know today may be loud. Today may have been a little chaotic. Today may have been a lot of things. But however, we talked about a lot of things as well.
You can act like you're with us, really.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
can
yeah.
pause at certain areas and then like say your piece and then play it
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
It's like we're
Yeah.
Actually,
out
do
together.
that. Do that.
Actually, we want to hear from you. I know, I don't think we have been super interactive lately. We haven't really heard what you think, especially with the past episode. We know you're listening,
Right.
but what do you think? Let us know your thoughts. Go in the DM on IG, Haitian Millennial Podcast, or you can even email us. I think we have a Gmail, Haitian Millennial Podcast @gmail.com.
Or just drop it in the comments.
drop
We
something.
Also, everything.
Voice notes, we're open to that. We're open to voice notes. So if you got a WhatsApp, send us a voice note. Let me know your thoughts on this episode, past episode, future episodes, all of that. And I'm going to go on a limb and get my phone number. 407-470. That's it. I changed my mind halfway through the conversation.
My God.
But we're going to put the WhatsApp number on IG. So if you follow us on IG, which is Haitian Millennial Podcast, you're going to see the WhatsApp
This
number.
is fun. Let me do
on the
561-577.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think that ain't it.
For the
Nah, but
for the FBI out there, that's enough. That's enough.
or maybe the hackers. But anyway, thank you for listening again. Is there any last words you guys want to say on episode 10? Because, you know, next one we're gonna be man. We're already on double digits. We're gonna be passing these things. So
Or preteens.
what
now.
we up? That's
Yeah,
it.
we are. Wow, we're getting
Alright.
close to puberty, guys. My goodness.
Very close. So thank you for listening again. Hope you really got a lot from this episode. Hope you got to understand what the Haitian Millennial thought process is like.
Yes.
Yeah.
From so many different areas. Because I think although we had similar takes, but we also had different takes.
Yeah.
And you let us know what you think in the comments or in the DM, however you please.
Or on YouTube.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go out with this record. Oh, shout out to Haitian Who Blog, of course,
Thank y'all
Yeah,
for
so
the
much.
award, and thank you guys for voting for us. And because it's Kanaval, right?
Back to the back.
I wanna go with this Kanaval. Then see, this thing is, I may not even know the exact name because you know Kanaval, it's all about the year, right? So let's see if I can find it.
Oh, the year matters.
The year, oh, there you go. All right, I'm Mark the Dreamer,
I'm Gigi the realist.
And it's your girl, Leona.
and we are out. Thank you guys for listening to episode 10. We will see you guys on episode 11. Thank you so much. Shout out to anybody that like Kanaval. And shout out to the people that don't listen to Kanaval.
Revolution.
Original
Oh,
stop.
the rocks up on the kids.
Mine win. Going out like
In
this.
Kanaval, this team, I see. Big things are
Yeah, mine win. Yo, they had a whole song where
Bajanaya help us all. Come on, Selassie, let we die. Oh gosh, man, let us go now. Come on, come on, come on.
alright, we out, y'all.
No love, original love. No love, no Kanaval love. No love, original love. No love, no Kanaval love. C'est la boule de tout ma égo comme modèle. Haïtien, on a besoin de nous mettre pour ma égo.